I don't cover investing as much as I should on this channel. I do get asked about it every single time, especially during the live streams. This question gets raised many times every single hour. What should I invest in? And I always reply by asking, how many coins do you have? Most say less than 10,000 coins. At that price range, it is better for you to trade, build up, and then eventually look to invest in once you have a few 100,000 coins in the account a lot later on. That's when you should start investing, and if you're at that point, then these are the types of investments you should be making. Before we do get into the video, if you want to skip trading, skip investing altogether and get straight to earning coins, then there is no better place than Mule Factory. Head over there to get yourself some cheap, fast FIFA 22 coins, completely reliable, and if you use Fnatic5 at checkout, you'll also be able to get yourself a 5% discount. Link can be found in the description down below. Getting back into the video, investing by itself is not difficult, it just takes time for the average player. Now there are some people out there who are great with investing, they understand the market to a whole other level, whether it be through understanding different leagues or they just know the market. Either way, some of these investors are able to find a player, stack up on them very early morning, by the time it gets to the afternoon, because of content that has been released, that player has 10x'd. Leaving the person who invested in them being a very rich player within game. And you'll hear these types of stories all the time, but for the average player, it doesn't always work out that way. For most who first get into investing, it can take weeks and weeks or even months. And in some cases, they make a bad investment or miss the point in which they should be selling, and they do lose a lot of coins. So here's two different ways in which you can invest within FIFA 22. It's extremely easy and there is no way that you can mess this up. The first thing that you want to do, and it's something that most people do already, is look at fodder investing. This is where you'll invest into players anywhere between 83 rated and above, and you'll get them at a low price point, hold them into your club, and wait until a squad builder challenge is released, which requires a rating which hopefully the player that you've bought will be able to help with. The more desirable the SBC is, the more players will be looking for other high rated players to actually use for that SBC. This makes the demand go up, and there you go, there's the price also increasing. With this type of investing, it isn't too difficult. You just buy and hold a player, but how long you hold that player for is unknown. I really can't tell you how long you should be buying and holding because I don't know what type of content EA has planned. But normally it does work out for you, and especially considering we're still in the early stages of FIFA 22, it makes no difference because at some point within the future, those types of players will be needed for some sort of SBC. At the time of recording this video, we still have Team of the Year, we still have FUT Birthday, and we still have Team of the Season, with there also being a lot of other promos which will be desirable in between. If we get to the last 2 months of FIFA 22 until FIFA 23 comes out, or whatever it's called because of the name dispute, well, then it's not worth going through this. But in general, it's probably not worth investing into anything. A very easy way to get loads of players into your club which fit under fodder investing is for you to go into FUTBin. You'll go into FUTBin and then put in the parameters of rare gold and then set the rating to be whatever, whether it be 83s, 84s, or you're looking for something a bit higher. What I tend to do is get a list of all the cheapest 83 and 84 rated players. Typically, if they're 83 rated, I'll look to get them for less than 1,300 coins, and if they're 84 rated, I'll see if I can get them for less than 2,500 coins. If they're less than this, well, you're getting them at a very good price. Normally, this is where you can get them at the lowest point on the market, especially with 83s who will bottom out at 800 coins bid or 850 coins buy now. And you will be able to go and get most at that bottom value. The only reason I say less than 1,300 is because some 83 rated players are more desirable. It's also the exact same with 84s. You can get a lot of these for less than 1,800 coins. But the reason I still say 2,500 is because, yet again, there's some players more desirable than others. It doesn't just sit at these ratings. If you look at some of the higher rated players, normally people go for the likes of Busquets, Toni Kroos, Verratti. If you can get them at a relatively cheap price, just buy them and hold them into your club. Store them to your club and don't do anything with them until an SBC is released, where you have the choice to either sell them on or to actually use them within that team. The good thing with FUTBin is that you can type the player's name in, and at the bottom you can see their price. You can see a graph which has shown their price since the release of FIFA 22. And you can see the price that the player is currently at relative to what it's been in previous months. If it's on that lower end, then you can buy it, hold it. If it's at that higher end, then it's a good idea just to avoid. Another way that I invest is looking at different promos every single week. We get the team of the week on Wednesday, and EA releases different types of promos on Friday. Once we get to the following Wednesday where EA releases a new team of the week, or we get to the Friday where they release a new promo, this is when I'll buy the previous week, the week that's just about to be taken out of packs. I have done this since the beginning of FIFA 22, but even before that, I've been doing this for quite some time. We're talking about this being years. It just became part of my weekly routine. I'll log on to FIFA Ultimate Team, sign in, and just go and find some of those players that were part of the previous promo and are about to be taken out of packs later that day. I will buy them and just hold them in the club, and gradually over time, and we are talking about this being weeks or even months, but gradually they will increase. This really does pay out quite big when you're talking about the rest of the market going down in price. Just over the last month, we're talking about Messi, Ronaldo, and Mbappe all being 700,000 coins plus, with the likes of Mbappe going up to about 1.5 million on Xbox. Well, now you can get Messi for about 200 to 300k, Ronaldo is about 300 to 400k, and Mbappe is about 700k. With all of those players plummeting in value, if I can get myself an inform which either holds its value or slightly goes up by a few thousand coins, then it does put me in a much better position financially within Ultimate Team. Normally I look at special cards priced anywhere between 10,000 to 20,000 coins. These are what I class as risk-free. If I was to get them for a price of around 11 to 13,000 coins, worst case scenario, if they do go down, they're only going to be going down by a few thousand, because the quick sell price is going to be at 10,000. This doesn't mean that I completely avoid anyone above that 20,000 coin mark, it's just that I like being able to buy these cheap players, store them in my club, and know that if I was to lose something, I'm not going to be losing that much. They're also going to be the cards that players go to first when there is an SBC which requires a low rated inform or just an inform player. Now on this channel at the beginning of FIFA, we did actually talk about this as an investment. I showed you loads of different team of the week players and other types of special cards that I did buy and store to my club. Well, after the Black Friday event in November, I did sell every single one of them to actually buy my 3 million coin team. I completely cleared my club and gradually started to build up again. Then in December, we also got the Vinicius 87 rated player of the month SBC, which also got released. We went through the whole process again of completely clearing the club, selling every single one of those investments so that I can buy that player. Now we're gradually building up again, but it's still the same routine. The good thing is that for nearly every player that I've sold, I have made profit on. The only ones that I didn't make profit on were the ones that I bought the week before the Vinicius SBC came out. That was just because they didn't have enough time to be out of packs for them to gradually increase. I still sold some at a profit of just a couple hundred coins, but for a lot of them, I quick sold them, quickly got my coins back, and immediately put them into going for Vinicius. But now that that's all done, I am starting to build the club again, buying loads of these team of the week players, looking at some of the other special cards and just stacking the club. I also know, and we will have to go through this in depth in a separate video, but team of the year is at the end of January. And even though it's unlikely that we're going to need team of the week players for us to go and get a team of the year player within an SBC or an honorable mention team of the year, I know that most people anticipate it's going to happen. This forces the market to go up just beforehand, and that's actually the point in which I might go and sell some of these team of the week players just to quickly claim a profit, ready for them to dip massively by the time team of the year is released, where everyone realizes team of the week players aren't needed and they quickly go and sell off all their investments. And the exact same thing normally happens with team of the season later in FIFA 22. These are two simple ways in which you can invest within FIFA 22, and if you do this consistently, you will easily be able to make over 1 million coins. Myself, I have already done this. A huge bulk of the coins that I've made on this account for me to buy random players that I've been using in my team and also look to go and get some of the SBCs, a lot of it has come from investing. Sometimes it can't even be measured because the players that I've invested into when they've been cheap and then been used for SBCs, I haven't actually sold them on to claim the coin, so it doesn't even count as transfer profit. I've just used them to finish SBCs a lot cheaper than if I was actually to buy that player there and then. It's also the exact same with fodder investing. The only time this year that I've actually sold my fodder instead of using it for the SBC was when those hero packs came out within November. I decided that fodder shot up so much that it was better for me to actually sell the players and just go and buy a hero card rather than me trying to get one of the hero cards or one of the good hero cards from the SBC itself. Every other time that fodder has been needed, I've used it to finish the SBC. Finished it to either claim the packs or I've used it just to claim the player. And there is no possible way that I can measure this within Ultimate Team, but that's probably added a few extra 100,000, potentially even another million coins to the account. And that's just through it saving me money because I bought them weeks or even months before as just an investment, not knowing that that type of SBC was going to be released. Once it was released, I did decide that I wanted to do it and I was going to clear out my club to get it. If you do have any questions about anything, then please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. But anyway guys, I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. But for now, I'm going to see ya.